Hey there, I'm back again. First thing I want to do is thank you for visiting me yet again. If this is your first time, welcome. If this isn't your first time, thanks for coming back. This is Marco, and this is my road to wellness, retirement, and more. Today I'm going to talk about wellness, or maybe my lack of wellness. Not total lack, but I could definitely be doing a lot better. When I mean wellness, first I'm talking about my physical wellness, so my weight, my overall health. So I do suffer from a couple issues. I suffer from type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure. Some of that's due to hereditary, due to my family, and a lot of it's due to me. So I'm not really blaming anybody. It has more to do with me and my lifestyle, but it is something that I'm working on. I don't really follow the BMI, the body mass index. I do think it's not very accurate. Even a lot of doctors have gone on record saying that it's not very accurate. They don't really take into body type. I mean, they talk about your height and your age, but some people are really tall but built really thin. Some people are really tall and built really wide. How can a 6-foot person be expected to weigh the same amount across the board? I don't think it's right. So I know what my goal is. My personal goal is to hit 200 pounds, which is 91 kilos. I'll give you pounds and kilos because I know we got some Americans, and I know there's a lot of Canadians out there who still use pounds. I kind of use pounds most of the time when I'm talking about weight, but I will give you both. So my goal is to hit 200 pounds or 91 kilos. My highest was 280 pounds, which is 127 kilos. I don't weigh that anymore. Luckily, I got it down through a little bit through medication, a little bit through exercise and diet and things like that. And I don't like to say diet so much as to changing the way I eat. So I was 280, which is 127 kilos. I made it down to 240, which is 108 kilos. And now I'm probably creeped up a little bit. I'm back up to about 250, which is 113 kilos. So I need to go from 250 down to 200, or from 113 down to 91. So I'm working on it. What I'm doing, I will discuss today, all the things that I'm working on to get that weight down. So let's talk about my history. I've always been overweight my entire life. I was a big kid, big in school, and kids can be cruel. Got teased, got bothered, got bugged, got bullied, all the usual fun stuff that kids go through. Luckily, there's a lot less bullying going on in school, but I'm sure there's some kids out there that get teased, and it's tough. It does take a lot out of you. I believe I've moved past that. Well, what I do find interesting is that it's not just kids that can be cruel; it's adults too. So when I was older and in my 20s, 30s, I was managing a department in a big box store. And one of my employees, so I had bought a pair of pants, left it in my department, because we had a kind of a separate department from the rest of the store. So we had our own little section where we could leave stuff. So I had bought a pair of pants, left them in my department, and I went away to check out the rest of the store, to go to the office, get some paperwork done. And I get back, and one of my employees, who I thought was a trusted employee, she's holding out my pants and laughing and showing the rest of the stuff, these pants that I had bought. Again, they're not huge. We're not talking, some of the pants that you see online that are just huge that could fit 3 people. Yeah, they were a bit bigger. I'm a bigger guy. But I can't believe that some adults, I feel sorry for her and her kids. She was raising 2 kids at the time. She's a lot older than me, so if I'm in my 50s now, I'm sure she's in her 60s or almost 70 now. But she was a scrawny little woman. She was a petite little woman. And she had a real mean streak in her. I've forgiven her. I've moved past it. May not sound like it. All I have now for her is pity. She's holding on to so much hate or so much. I think she was very unsatisfied with her life, so she was looking for other things. But anyway, that is my my example of that even adults can be cruel. You do get past it. It takes a little bit of time. I was hurt at the time, and yeah, I've worked through it. And just so you know, words can affect people. They can affect adults as well, not just children. But it has been a constant struggle since I was a kid. I've tried everything. My mom, yes, I admit my mother spoiled me. and I got to eat what I wanted. I wasn't a huge kid, but I was above average. Like I said, always had a few extra pounds. I've tried over the years, tried exercise, tried this, tried that. It's very tough. And anyone out there, I do highly recommend, if you are in your 20s or your 30s, lose the weight. Do your best, do what you can, get to a safe weight. You don't have to be skinny, you don't have to be tiny. Get to a weight that you're healthy. That's why I want to hit the 200 pounds. I think at 200, I will be at a healthy weight. I think that'll assist in my type 2 diabetes, and I think it will assist in my getting my blood pressure down a bit. When I was first diagnosed with diabetes, it's quite interesting. So I went to my doctor. It was my regular family doctor. I saw him, once or twice a year. I went in. He did all my blood tests. We discussed things to a point. He was quite rushed. He was always a very busy doctor, and all he did was he gave me a prescription. So I went and I filled the prescription. Found out I was supposed to take these pills twice a day, I believe, at the time. But never really said what they were for. It wasn't until I was talking to somebody else that said, "Oh, you're on that medication. That's a diabetic medication." Oh, so apparently I was type 2 diabetic. Doctor never told me. That doctor never told me. I don't go to that doctor anymore, by the way. For one, I've moved. But second, I did stop seeing him shortly after that, because I think if you're going to put someone on medication, you should at least explain to them what the medication is for. Going forward, though, one of the ways that one of the ways that I live my life now is I live my life with moderation. So that applies to all parts of my life. So when it comes to diet, yes, I still eat chocolate. Yes, I still eat cake, but I have a little bit of chocolate. I'll have half a chocolate bar or something like that, or a chocolate bar, not 3 or 4 chocolate bars. Same thing with cake. I'll have a piece of cake, a small piece of cake, not half a cake. I think you can eat some sugar. You can eat, things that aren't necessarily the best for you, as long as you don't eat a lot of it. I mean, I don't drink sugary drinks. I don't even drink coffee. I don't drink alcohol. I'm not a teetotaler. It just never really appealed to me. I've drank alcohol in the past, and I will occasionally have a drink, but I'm not a big alcohol drinker. And then what I do drink is I drink a lot of diet drinks, which I know half the people out there say, they're going to give you cancer, and half the people say that they're fine. That's my one vice, if I drink water, I drink milk, and I drink Coke Zero. So those are my 3 drinks. Again, moderation, don't go overboard, don't finish off a carton of milk. No, I don't. I'll have a glass of milk when I have that little cheap piece of cake or something, or I will have Coke Zero during the day. I do get dry. I do get very thirsty, so I'll try to switch between water and Coke Zero, and that gets me through my day. Exercise. So yes, I've tried many different types of exercise. I'm posting this out here now, so hopefully if I tell you guys that I'm going to do this exercise again, that'll get me motivated to do it again, and then I can keep you updated as to whether I'm doing it. One of the things I've started doing is I'm walking to work. I don't live very far from work. Sometimes I do need to take my car because I have to run errands while I'm at work, but generally, if I don't think I have anything going on, and I know it's not going to be a downpour, light rain is fine, but downpour, I will take my car. Other than that, I'm walking every day. The other part is I want to get back into Richard Simmons. He put out some great videos back in the probably 80s, 90s, I guess. And I had picked some up a little while ago. They were a lot of fun. And especially with the weather starting to get cooler again, and I can't get out as much to walk, I'm gonna start doing his discs. I have them on disc. I will start doing those again to get a little bit of exercise going. What has helped me? So my doctor here in Alberta, wonderful doctor. He got me once. Well, we were talking once, and he asked me if I wanted to try one of these medications, and it was called Trulicity. Didn't know anything about it, and then he told me it was a needle. I don't like needles. But I decided, hey, I'll give it a try. What's the worst that can happen? So he put me on Trulicity, and Trulicity is that is the brand name. It's very similar to what the drug that a lot of people know is Ozempic, which is making the news. A lot of people are taking Ozempic to lose weight. It actually does help with blood sugar as well. So I started with Trulicity, did that for a while, and then he switched me over to Ozempic. It was going really well. I rarely had any side effects. A little bit of gas sometimes, which would be funny because it generally happen when I'm alone at bed at night. We won't get into that, but that's when my gas would hit me. But other than that, nothing too bad. As he bumped me up on the Ozempic, though, I started getting a bit of heartburn. So I've really dialed it back. I'm actually going to go see him shortly and discuss maybe getting off the Ozempic. It did help. The Trulicity and the Ozempic did help me lose weight. It helped me get down from that 280 to the 240. Now, as I said, now I'm back up to 250-ish again. But I think it is a medication to help try. As I said, it did help me get my weight down and help me get my sugar levels down as well. I stopped taking the Ozempic. My sugar levels are still staying at a good level, so I'm hoping that'll be okay. I will discuss that with my doctor. Be sure to discuss it with your doctor before you consider any of these medications. But it is something to consider. I know they help with your sugars, and they do help with weight loss as well. At this time, I'll take a short little break, and I'd like to ask you to like and follow me. Stop in, watch my journey. Maybe you'll like a couple things. If you think you know somebody who might be interested, somebody with some of the same challenges, share it. Get me out there, and we'll get some more followers, and maybe we can make this a movement. Now we'll talk about mental wellness. So wellness is more than just your body, right? You're just your physical body. It's your brain too. It's your mood, your attitude. What I've been doing, what I started to look into about a year or two ago, was meditation. So now it comes and goes. I do try to meditate every day. You can do it, in as short as 10 minutes, but it does help calm me, helps calm my mind. My mind races all the time, and this really helps calm my mind, and I think that'll help my blood pressure as well. So it helps you on the physical side and the mental side. The other thing I do, which if you're a Gen Xer like me, and you remember the 80s and the 90s, on Saturday Night Live, there was Stuart Smalley and the positive affirmations, and he would, look in the mirror and say, people like me. I do positive affirmations as well. Not quite what he does, but if you look online on YouTube, there are great channels where people talk about things about being positive, and it lifts up your mood. Better mood, you're less likely to eat when you're happy, and not when people like me do a lot of depression eating. You get upset or something, and first thing you do is you start stuffing your face. So I like to start my day looking in the mirror, giving myself a few positive affirmations, and it helps me throughout my day. So I don't know if it'll help for you, but hey, what's the harm in trying? Other thing that you can do to help your mind and to help your overall mood is cutting toxic people from your life. This could be family, this could be friends. Toxic people, they're out there. They're just miserable, and they will pull you down. I've had friends in the past, who I thought were friends, were very negative people. Every time you talk to them, they're full of negativity. The world is awful. This is bad. You'd be in such a great mood, and then you start talking to them, and then they would drag you down with them. So sometimes, I know, they may have mental issues, and I'm not a doctor. I can't cure you. I'm a friend. I will be here to listen to you. Yes, everyone has bad days. Yes, I'll listen to your bad day. But if every time I talk to you, you're having a bad day, there's something more to it. And especially when they make everything a bad day. Everything is an attack on them. So you know what? Those people, you say goodbye to. You just cut them out of your life if you can. and try to surround yourself with more positive people, more happy people, right? I also listen to a lot of music. Music is my godsend. Music can cheer me up in a second. If I'm having a bad day, listen to some of my favorite music. It'll definitely lifts me up. I love music, all types of music. My playlist is everything from old 60s, 70s music, 90s music, heavy metal, pop music, show tunes, everything's in there. I have an appreciation for music, and I like lots of different types of music, and it really does help my mood. Well, I think that's... Oh, one more thing. Sorry, I forgot. Be yourself. Don't care about what others think. I know it's hard, but you know what? The older you get, the more you realize people are worried about themselves. They're not everybody is judging you, and if they are judging you, who cares? Be yourself. Do what makes you happy, as long as you're not hurting anybody. Live your life the way you want to live it. That'll reduce your stress, make you happier, make you healthier, improve your mental wellness. Well, I think that's finally about it. I'm sorry if I've yacked and yacked today, but I'd like to say, first of all, be kind to people out there. Give out compliments. Giving out compliments will improve their day, will improve your day. Trust me, it works. I know. I do it. I try to do it every day. Second, always tell yourself, well, this is one of my positive affirmations in the morning. I always tell myself, I am very happy and grateful. And you could say, I am very happy and grateful for the weather today, or whatever. You can continue it, or you can just start it, and just end it with, I'm very happy and grateful. I say that to myself every morning. It definitely helps my day. Well, I think that's everything, guys. So for today, it's going to be ciao, tschüss, auf Wiedersehen. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we will see you again next week. Take care of yourselves.